Thank you for joining me on today's episode of the Simply Financial Podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Calandra, and I would like to increase your financial IQ with today's episode. I want to discuss with you sort of a nuts and bolts thing, cover with you the 401k limits now that 2026 is around the corner, provide you with the limits for 2026. So to start with, the limit for individuals under the age of 50 is $24,500 in 2026. That's up $1,000. The limit was $23,500 in 2025. So again, if you're under the age of 50, your 401k limit is now $24,500 in 2026. If you're over the age of 50, the general rule is your catch-up is now $8,000. That's an increase of $500 compared to 2025 when it was $7,500. So in 2026, you have an $8,000 catch-up if you're over the age of 50. I'm going to give you a little bit of a caveat to that in a moment, but stick with me. Generally speaking, that means that if you're over the age of 50, your limit is $32,500. The $24,500 for everyone, and add $8,000 for the catch-up. That's a $1,500 increase, by the way, compared to 2025. So if you're maxing out your 401k, and I know many of you are, you could put $1,500 more away next year in 2026 compared to 2025. Now, I mentioned the little bit of a caveat. There's a wrinkle. It's a weird wrinkle. I think it's dumb policy, but here I'll explain it to you because it is a reality. If you're aged 60 to 63, just those ages, 60, 61, 62, 63 years old, you have your own catch-up limit, which is higher. In 2026, if you're one of those ages, your catch-up is $12,000 instead of the traditional $8,000. So between 50 and 60, it's $8,000. Between 64 years of age and older, it's $8,000. But for these special couple of years, it's $12,000. That means if you're in that age band, you could actually contribute $36,500, a big number. Again, I think this is dumb policy. It's a complication, but it is what it is, as the saying goes. Additionally, I want to make you aware of a new rule, in 2026. And this starts January 1st, 2026. If you're a high income earner, that is defined as $145,000, and you make a catch-up contribution, you can only make the catch-up contribution as a Roth contribution. You will no longer be able to make your catch-up contribution and have it be a pre-tax contribution, meaning you get a tax deduction for the contribution. So this is a change in the rules. And those of you that, again, are maxing out your 401ks and are eligible for catch-ups, you want to be aware of this rule, because if you were previously doing pre-tax, you can't do pre-tax with Roth contributions as a catch-up. You have to do your catch-ups as a Roth contribution. Why this is, I don't know. Seems pretty dumb to me. Again, don't like any of this policy. Seems like needless complications, although probably is good job security for me and the rest of the team at Osaic Wealth Management Services. This new rule, by the way, comes about through the Secure Act 2.0 that was passed in December of 2022. So there you have it, the nuts and bolts updates for the 2026 401k limits. Thanks for listening to today's episode, which I know is short, a lot of numbers, but good information, I believe. I hope you feel the same way. I'll be back with you on the next episode of the Simply Financial Podcast very soon. In the meantime, please subscribe to the show so you don't miss the next episode or any upcoming episodes. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.
The views expressed are not necessarily the opinion of Osaic Wealth, Inc., and should not be construed directly or indirectly as an offer to buy or sell any securities mentioned herein. investing is subject to risks, including loss of principal invested. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. No strategy can assure a profit nor protect against loss. Please note that individual situations can vary. Therefore, the information should be relied upon when coordinated with individual professional advice. Please note, the information being provided is strictly as a courtesy. When you link to any of the websites provided here, you are leaving this website. We make no representation as to the completeness or accuracy of information provided at these websites. Nor is the company liable for any direct or indirect technical or system issues or any consequences arising out of your access to or your use of third-party technologies, websites, information, and programs made available through this website. When you access one of these websites, you are leaving our website and assume total responsibility and risk for your use of the websites you are linking to. Securities and advisory services are offered through Osaic Wealth, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC. Insurance services offered through Elliott Wealth Management Services, LLC, not affiliated with Osaic Wealth, Inc.